Hi, my name is Steve Halasnik. I'm one of the managing partners of Financing Solutions. Today we're going to talk about how to get a bank line of credit through a commercial or a local bank. Over the last 25 years, almost every single year, I've had to work with various banks to get lines of credit in place for my own businesses. So I really have a lot of experience working with banks for a small business. And when I talk about small business, I'm talking about like anything under $10 million in revenue. And so some of the things I've learned working with local or community local banks or national banks is it just takes a lot of time and patience. I don't know if any business owner has patience, but the forms themselves that you're going to have to fill out could take as long as 30 hours, depending on the size of your organization, the size of the line of credit you're looking for. And it's not just that it takes a lot of time to fill out the forms, but it's also gathering all the documents they typically want: the tax returns, the income statements, the balance sheets. And a lot of the times some of those things need to be fixed too, because they're not always the most up-to-date items in your business. So it just takes a long time to get a line of credit in place. The second thing that I noticed a lot with commercial or local banks is that they all want collateral. And everyone thinks that banks are there to help a business succeed. Well, a bank is extremely risk averse. They do not want to lose their money, and so they want a backup plan if you default. So they're going to want collateral, and collateral is equity in your house. It could be cash in accounts, stocks, bonds. Any type of commercial property. It could be your accounts receivable that you have in your business. They will not accept all the accounts receivable as equity. They'll potentially only look for maybe a percentage of that to count toward the collateral. And of course, everyone says, well, if I had the money in the first place, I wouldn't have to go to the bank, right? Well, it doesn't matter. That's exactly what they're going to want. They're also going to want to see a personal guarantee, and that is, that's your house usually, right? And a personal guarantee is what you're putting up. And keep in mind that if your spouse or your significant other has their name on the house along with you, that they're going to have to sign too. And if your business fails, their house is going to be on the line. But there are some key advantages in working with commercial banks. They typically are cheaper. So over the last several years, what's come about now is alternative lenders such as Financing Solutions, the company I own. We provide business lines of credit and to both businesses and nonprofits. And we are gearing ourselves exactly to that $10 million and less in revenue business that the banks really don't really treat the way that you'd want to be treated, quite honestly. So over the last several years, alternative lenders like mine have now come into place and made up. There's no collateral required. There's no personal guarantee. It takes 2 minutes to fill out an application. You get the line of credit set up within 48 hours, and there's no cost to have the line in place if it's not being used. Whereas with a commercial bank, even if you're not using the line, they're going to have a yearly charge. Now, if you're doing a bigger line, $250,000, $500,000, $750,000, you definitely want to go to a commercial bank. It's still going to be a big hassle, but it's just for that amount of money and for what you might be using it for, it's probably the best bet. But if you're looking at a $100,000 line of credit or less for your business, then the best thing to do is to look at alternative funding companies. And they really have a much better product than commercial banks, and they really honestly want your business more. So again, this is Steve from Financing Solutions. I hope I gave you some more information about commercial lines of credit. Thanks. Have a great day.